how to improve CTR. You guys maybe, if you're selling on Amazon, if you want to sell on Amazon, if you have heard of this term, of this word before, CTR, if not, you're gonna hear about it, okay? Basically, it means, well, CTR stands for click-through rate, okay? Click-through rate is basically how many, so out of all the people that see your product when they look up, you know, whatever your product is, out of all the people that, you know, go to Amazon right here, let's say high caffeine tea, out of, I'm not gonna like, you know, get into too much detail here at this point, but like it's basically out of all the people that, you know, look your product, you look up your keyword high caffeine tea, out of all the people, how many actually click on your product, okay? That's basically what it means. And I'm gonna explain to you guys the must-have and do's for every seller to improve the CTR, okay? Click-through rates. Points, very specific points that I've noticed that, you know, if you do them, you're gonna have a much higher CTR, okay? Which is what we exactly want, okay? CTR means that most people, more people will see our product, okay? If we get more eyes on our product, that means that most likely they're gonna buy, okay? Because the more people we have over, the more chances we have of collecting sales. So basically, that is exactly what CTR is, click-through rate is. And what we're gonna do is that, okay, so right out of the gate, the very first thing that you guys need to do is, and I could just list them here, is the main image, okay? As easy as that. Right now, every single image, I mean, this is an, you know, rule of thumb here on Amazon, but every image do we see on Amazon, not every single one of them. Most people that like, you know, not serious sellers don't even care about, you know, what the rules are on Amazon, but like we should all have a white background, okay? And the thing is, when we have a white background, we have any specific dimensions and rules to follow. And the very first thing that, by the way, if you haven't heard of this, you may want to check your image dimensions right now after you hear this. But basically, you want to crop out as much as you can your image, okay? So what that means is that if we closely pay attention to all the space here, we're gonna notice that every single product here is trying to like take as much space off the white background as possible, okay? So that's exactly what you should do as well. It's, you know, real simple. All you have to do is like, you know, increase your picture if you still have space. All you can do to, you know, have a higher CTR when it comes to like, you know, just looking at your image, looking at your product, is by increasing your image, okay? Make it look bigger, okay? Because imagine if the picture was just like this big. Imagine if, you know, if you have a picture that's, you know, trying to get as much space as possible. Obviously, that second image will get a higher CTR because it's just what you're gonna see first when you open, you know, when you look up the keyword and actually, you know, see the image. See, just like this one is doing a really good job. See right now how, you know, I mean, it's a rectangular product, so it makes sense, right? But like, see how the wide background of our image, of our picture, of our Amazon picture, see how the, you know, space finishes here? This seller is, you know, taking advantage of every single white space here. So that's exactly what we should do, okay? So if we do that, we're gonna notice that, you know, we're not gonna have more space, and that's exactly what we want. So that's the first thing that you need to look at, exactly this product. You know, you cannot make this image look bigger. Like, you just cannot make it bigger, because if you look at it, if you closely look at it, it doesn't have any you know, any more any space, right? Because it just looks like it's just, you know, you just cannot make it bigger. So that's exactly what you want to do. When it comes to like CTR, you want to make sure that every single, you know, that you cannot make your image look bigger. That's exactly what you want, and that's, you know, what you should be looking forward to when it comes to like just the main image. Now, the second thing is the reviews, okay? We gotta we gotta think like, you know, I mean, we're all customers, but like sometimes you think that, oh, okay, my product is very cool, but people are just not clicking on it. What's going on? Like they should be clicking on it because my product is cool. So let's just think about that for a second. Let's just talk about that for a few minutes. So every single time that a customer goes to Amazon, the very first thing they see is the image. Right after they see the image, they're gonna see their reviews. And that's exactly what we're gonna talk about, their reviews, okay? When it comes to the reviews, you guys have heard of this, probably you have heard of this term before, but Amazon Vine. When it comes to Amazon Vine, it's basically a program that lets us have up to 30 reviews just by giving away of our products. So if we put here Amazon Vine, that's exactly make your voice count by evaluating and reviewing free items. The way this works is pretty easy. Amazon's gonna give away your product, okay? Yeah, you can give away up to 30 units, okay? 30 units of your product instead of reviews. That's basically what that means. And you're gonna get all the reviews. Of course, obviously, you need a really good product. Okay, so this program makes sense for you, okay? For your project, for your product, okay? You gotta have a good product, otherwise it's not gonna work, okay? Because it doesn't really matter if the product is free for them, they're gonna complain, okay? But the thing is, if you're here, if you're part of our community, you're not gonna have a bad product, okay? That's not gonna be an issue for you. If you belong to the IMC One Step community, you're gonna have a good product. Plus, if you enroll your product on Amazon Vine, which by the way, before the record, you need to be brand registered, okay, to enroll on Amazon Vine. But if you have a good product, you're brand registered and you enroll on Amazon Vine, you're gonna have a lot of good reviews, and it's just gonna, like, you know, skyrocket your business, skyrocket your reviews. And of course, the more reviews that you have, the better, right? When you get to 10 reviews, you're gonna see huge change because the 2 digits, okay? When you have 99 reviews and we have 10, you're gonna see a huge change, a huge boost on your sales. When you get to 30, 50, 100, 3 digits, that's gonna be a huge change, okay? Just so you know, that's always a huge change when it comes to, like, you know, CTR, because people are like, oh, okay, I like seeing, you know, the more reviews I see, the better. Like, the more confident I feel on making that purchase, okay? So that's the second thing. Get as much as reviews, get as many reviews as you can. There's always some other ways, right? Friends and family, which you should be really careful if you are doing that. Organic reviews, which I mean, I wouldn't rely on them because, you know, they could take forever. And the faster we get the reviews, the better. So that's why, you know, that's why Amazon came up with this program, Amazon Vine. So it's easier. So it's you know, within the Amazon rules. So, you know, we don't have to wait for, like, you know, organic reviews, which could take forever, right? So, yeah, friends and family, organic reviews, Amazon Vine, you need to scratch for reviews, okay? There's also a way to ask a customer for a review on your Amazon Seller Central. Amazon does this automatically, like, you know, you don't really have to do it because Amazon sends an automatic email you know, right after they get, well, not right after, but like a week after they get the product. So you don't really have to do this, but you can still do it, right? So yeah, that's exactly what you need to focus on when it comes to, like, you know, the actual reviews, okay? Now, the third thing that you guys should look at is the listing / keywords, okay? This may sound very obvious, but the third thing that, and this is, I'm not saying this, like, I'm not coming up with this just because I think that's how it works, okay? This is proved, okay, also based on my experience selling on Amazon. When it comes to, like, this is the order of how a person thinks on Amazon. First, the image. This is the first thing they look at, then the reviews, then the listing. And if all that makes sense, and if all that creates a positive shock, a positive, you know, like, oh, okay, cool, they're gonna click on it, okay? And that's what's gonna, you know, increase our CTR. If all these 3 things, which is what we're gonna talk about in this video, if all these 3 things make sense for that person, they're gonna click on it, okay? If one doesn't make sense, most likely the other one. I mean, if you don't have a good image, you should have a ton of reviews and positive, and, you know, hopefully at least 4 stars, okay? Like, at least. If you have a bad image and on top of that you have like 3.5 reviews, you're not gonna have a CTR. Okay, you're gonna have to hustle a lot. You're gonna have to work a lot to increase your CTR. So preferably all these three have to make sense. If one of them doesn't make sense, it's a domino effect, right? If one of them doesn't make sense for that person, most likely the other one will not make sense, right? So when it comes to the listing, what do I mean by this? What do I mean by the listing and the keywords? So what I mean by this is that you should have your best keywords right in front of your listing, okay? You may be thinking about, okay, what about the brand? Like, my brand, right? Yes, so your brand can be first, and it's just like here, right? High caffeine tea is not the brand, it's just like the actual keyword. It really doesn't matter, if you start selling your product and you really don't know, no one really knows you, right? I mean, everyone knows right now Adidas, Nike, Apple, because they are Adidas, Nike, and Apple, right? But when we start selling our product, nobody knows who we are, okay? So we need to be realistic. And yeah, sure, you can just include your brand here, but you really don't have to. And then, okay, see just like this one, Miracle Trees, Zest, these are actual brand names. So but whatever, that's not the point. Right after, if you don't include your brand name, cool. If you include your brand name, cool. That's not the point. The point is that right after your brand name, you should have the best keyword that Helium 10 gave you, okay? Make a list of your top, maybe 5-6 keywords, and that's exactly what's gonna go on your list, okay? This may be obvious, but like if your product is a high caffeine tea, this is exactly how your listing should look like, okay? High caffeine tea, that's the first keyword. That's the number one keyword that Helium 10 gave to this seller. And then highly caffeine passion product black tea, that's what the product is about, right? So if that makes sense for the customer, if that makes sense for that person, they're gonna click on it, okay? And it's gonna be like, oh, okay, this is something I'd be interested in. So when it comes to the actual listing, just make sure that you have your actual keywords, okay? And it actually makes sense with what your product is, okay? Again, this may sound pretty obvious, but like sometimes people just don't do this kind of stuff, okay? For some weird reason, don't ask me why, but like it's just really hard for me to understand like why someone wouldn't do this, okay? So just so you know, you should do this, okay? This is like this is obvious. So yeah, you should have your listing keywords so it makes sense with your reviews and main image. But that's it, guys. If you have any issues with this, any questions, please feel free to get in touch with us. This is Oscar from MC One Step. We help Amazon brands start and grow their brand, listing images, conversion rate, and much more. So if you need help with any of that, please feel free to visit our website and schedule a call with us. Again, thanks for watching this video, and please take care. Bye.